There's an entire creative scene in China that the West has never seen before. I run a multi-8-figure fashion brand and I've been coming here to see suppliers for over 5 years. But this time, I finally saw the side of China that nobody's talking about.
In terms of like what's new, and they take advantage of that. So like a lot of the Chinese brands are like absolutely destroying it right now.
Right.
大家好，欢迎来到本期视频。先问大家一个问题啊，提到中国制造，你脑袋里蹦出来第一个词是什么呢？是高铁，是电动车，是无人机，还是手机、家电，甚至空间站？没错，这些都是中国制造的名片，但现实远不如此。今天的视频主人公是 Buckley， 一个英国潮牌的主理人。他18岁辍学，硬是靠着一股不服输的劲儿，做出了一个横跨男装女装的英国小众潮牌。和很多自己搞品牌的创始人一样，过去5年，他年年往中国跑，自己找供应链，找原材料，找代工厂合作。但这一次，他不仅去了流水线，还特意腾出时间，钻进了广州和上海的街头。他去干嘛呢？他去看独立设计师的工作室，去逛买手店，去挖掘那些还没被西方注意到的中国新锐品牌。也正是在这个过程中，他发现了一个西方媒体几乎从未报道过的世界。中国正在崛起一个完整、独立、充满活力的时尚创意圈。从面料到设计，从店铺到品牌世界观，中国在时尚品牌领域的原创力量正在悄然爆发。他看到了中国新生代年轻人的深刻转变，他们不再是世界工厂的螺丝钉，而是一群有审美、有表达欲、有自信的创作者。他们正在用自己的方式定义下一波全球潮流。这次线下体验给了 Free 巨大的冲击和灵感。他自己也说，离开中国的时候，我脑子里多了很多的想法，是来之前的10倍。那么问题来了，像 Free 这样的西方品牌主理人，到底从中嗅到了什么样的机会呢？这场从中国制造到中国创造的转变，又如何影响全球时尚产业的格局呢？好，话不多说，我们来看正片吧。
And here's what it looks like. Street nice.
This is sick, bro. I would have never expected China to look like this, to be honest. You think they've built this with intention, right?
I feel like the modern generation is definitely shaping how this feels. Pretty sure it used to be pretty frowned upon for if you to dress a certain way or have tattoos and stuff in China.
I think so, yeah.
But now it's kind of chill. Doing denim differently for sure.
I think a lot of brands could only imagine executing this properly, whereas here, I think because they have the facilities to just try, test.
Very true. Yeah, they're close proximity to where they produce it, so they can be a bit quicker with their testing, and it's a lot cheaper for them to test as well. If the Chinese brands start coming to the West, like it could, that'll be tough to compete with, because they can just be different with their speed, you know.
Yeah.
This brand's pretty fire, right?
So far.
Where are you guys from?
The UK.
Oh, we're in the UK.
London.
Where do you think I'm from?
From the US.
Dude, what are you guys doing out here?
We got a brand out here.
Oh, what type of brand do you guys got?
I've got a fashion brand in the UK.
Is it like street stuff?
Streetwear and jewelry.
Dude, that's fire.
So we do a bit of both. So we're out here for a week doing like a supplier trip.
Oh, really?
Okay. No worries. No, we'll be good.
Coming to China, like, the thing that I noticed the most is that in China, the attention to detail is crazy.
Yeah.
It's like brands like Person Soul, Mason Prince. I mean, they'll use inspiration from other big brands in the world. But if you look at some of the pieces they have, a regular person will be like, there's no way I can possibly pull it off. But then I feel like what they're doing, what these brands are doing is that they're just like, I don't give a fuck what other people think. As long as you can buy these pants and style it and work your way around it, you can make your own character.
Yeah.
So like when I went to a store like Person Soul, like they had names like, oh, that girl was 4, this girl's name is 11. I'm like, everyone has a crazy character here.
Yeah. Oh, like the staff in the store.
Just have like that's their American names. I like how they use the bigger brands as like inspiration, but then they kind of find their own way to make it like their own style. Like Mason Prince like reminded me of Balenciaga.
Yeah.
But then if you looked more deep into it, like it was definitely very different.
Appreciate all the insight.
Yeah, of course.
Fucking go.
Nah, I really fuck with what you guys are doing.
Alright, yeah, appreciate
Like,
it, bro. Like little 3 from the boys. Take it in, man. Look at the visuals out here, bro. Is this not crazy?
Crazy, bro.
This is easily one of the most insane places I've seen that you can play public basketball for free with the boys, you know, compared to like UK or maybe in Europe, where if you pull up, you know, it's going to be like the net will be ripped off, probably be some wrongins hanging about. Your impression of China was just what you heard growing up, or from older people who have never been here, or even older generations where they built their own perceptions of what China was. Whereas, bro, this new young generation of China is different. Like, they really are like creating a different version of it, and it's fire. It's lit.
Whoa, yeah. Hey, whoa, yeah.
So you're tapped in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Do you work with mostly like the Western brands or Eastern brands?
Mainly Western. I just like finding new Eastern brands because I find like they're probably even more tapped in than I am in terms of like what's new, and they take advantage of that. So like a lot of the Chinese brands are like absolutely destroying it right now.
Right.
Like I'm sure you've seen like people like Mason Prince and that. Like
Do you think like is this flipping a little bit where obviously
they used to come to us for inspiration and
exactly. I think a lot of Western brands are now coming to like
100%.
Obviously Japan's a classic one, but even more maybe China now to like get inspo on, you know.
Bro, there's so many of our clients, like some of our clients from Australia, some of our clients from the UK, they'll come here and they'll be like, they'll go to Mason Prince and they'll be like, I bought like 12 samples from Mason Prince and I like this. So it literally has flipped.
Damn, it's crazy, yeah. And I feel like even the store experiences are they're pretty fire out here.
The next level. China is like, you feel like you can experiment here, like you can be a mad scientist and just go crazy with things.
Yeah, that's so real, man. Even some of because I guess there are a few brands, like I'd say, I know you mentioned in your video, non-radical, got a good balance of like actually wearability.
Yeah.
Because obviously there are some insane styles out here, but it can be a little tough to wear it, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Like that, I don't know if you've seen Person Soul.
Yes, yeah.
That's like the definition of like world building. It's completely left field of like anything you've seen before, but like they've built a world for it, and like credit to them. But like in terms of wearability, there's like maybe one or two pieces that I could wear in that store, just based on my personal style.
And I feel like obviously in the West there's a difference between the young generation and older generation. I feel like here it's really clear, you know, in terms of I think the younger generation have got way more freedom than they used to.
Oh yeah.
In terms of like they can express themselves, they can get tattoos, they can fucking dye their hair, you know. So like I feel like they're a lot more now. They've got this kind of almost newborn creativity and freedom.
Yeah.
That's really expressive with the styles and what they wear. And
yeah, and I don't know if you guys know much about like the history of China, but like I think it was 1960s there was the Cultural Revolution, and like China had like a really big creative scene, but a lot of those people had to like they were sent to relearn different skills. So like they had like really good artisans, but they would take those artisans and they would be like, you're not allowed to do this anymore. You now need to go learn how to file. So like there was a big generation that kind of like got lost within what they were doing and had to do something completely different. So like maybe now it's just kind of the effects of that, and you're seeing a new generation come in and like they've got all this freedom, they've got all this like supply chain access, they've got access to all the options, and now they've also got access to the internet. So it's like it's kind of like a melting pot of just ideas and creativity and just being able to actually execute on stuff.
Yeah, and I feel like they're attracting more visionaries like you to come out here as well. Like I think to work from here and be indulged in it too, because I just think it's almost like flipped now, the creative scene and where all these ideas are coming from the East now. So it's an interesting culture shift I think we're going through. So,
for sure.
Yeah, man.
From East to West.
Yeah, bro.
It's insane.
Yeah. Spending all my days on the East Side. Forgetting who I was.
Yeah, no, it's just good for me to see all this stuff too, because when I'm thinking about pop-ups and doing our own store one day, then just have so many references in mind can help me like think of ideas or things I hadn't thought about that you could do. Even the sound thing's kind of sick.
Yeah.
Having like a narration of something is pretty unique.
Crazy. Also, like, it makes sense with the brand as well, because a lot of the pieces are pretty unique. Well designed.
For sure. Coming out, it's completely, it feels authentic, it feels real, which I think is also important when brands are doing these type of things and experiences, that like whatever they execute, it does feel real. Otherwise, if it's doing too much and it doesn't match the product or the vibe, then it doesn't come across in the right way. What's cool is that now that we've come into this room, which is clearly a little more formal, like their take on like a formal setting, now the product shifted into that as well. Now it's like clean jackets, some like more tailoring. So it's got like a dope spot, especially if you're a brand that's got like a multiple categories, then this is a great reference for how to like capture the product within the store as well. Keeping it on brand, but for the new category, if that makes sense.
No.
It's like a cool way to do it. You know a brand's dialed when they got a coffee shop inside, you know? I feel like that's the new meta almost for stores.
The store really had everything there.
This is a fire one, honestly. Maison Prince, Shanghai, the flagship. This is a sick experience. Not only have they got the amazing like visual interactive stuff in the store, but then to round off the full experience, they've also got like a cafe downstairs where you can order a coffee, chill for a bit, and you can probably spend like an hour in here. And it really just shows like the offline experience now is becoming more and more important, particularly with AI kind of drawing so much like brain stuff into socials now, and content, a lot of it feels the same, whereas something AI cannot replicate is an elite in-person experience where you get to feel a brand, you get to really see what it's about. So yeah, they're doing it right, man. Definitely gonna see some more brands execute styles like this in the West, I've no doubt. And like I said, like it's not only just the big brands out here that are doing this type of thing, it's the upcoming smaller brands. I think Maison Prince is one of the more iconic Chinese streetwear brands, but even some of these ones I don't even know and never heard about that are probably small, doing quite, you know, little revenue, like they really consider every single detail. So yeah, shout out to the Chinese brands. So they're doing it really well.
I know f***ing with a crook is whack. I lied, cheated, still took me back. What I do, turn around, ask you to cook me.
It is looking top. So got the noodles, got the crab sauce. I find it's iconic for this this spot, which is so local. I'm really not trying to splash us because we're wearing white, so.
Okay, danger.
Look at his t-shirt.
No, you get. Oh my god, come on, bro.
I knew that would cook you. Yeah, top. Crab. That's a very Western like Chinese taste. This is paying. It's not too fishy generally. Nah, it's top. I like it a lot.
This is real Chinese food because everyone thinks, oh, you're going in China, you're having, you know, sweet and sour chicken and hot food.
Nah.
That stuff doesn't exist out here.
Yeah. Bro, this exact spot's been going since 1891. I kind of wanted to end this video with a bit of a reflection about the last 7 days that we spent in China, because we usually come here on business trips and it's super efficient, like 3 days, 4 days in and out, supplies back to back, 18 hours a day. But this time we extended the trip and we really got to see Guangzhou, Shanghai, and a really different side of China. The creative, the like inspirational side, and seeing all the different brands and how they do things has been really interesting for me, because I think a lot of people when they come to Asia to get inspo, they might go to like Japan or South Korea and maybe assume China's a bit more of a business and corporate hub. But when you actually come out here and see some of these areas, see some of the brands and entrepreneurs and creative people doing amazing stuff out here, it's actually so dope, because it's something you wouldn't expect, and it's such a legendary like historical culture too in China, that there's so much to learn and so much to get inspired by. And particularly because this new generation of Chinese people, like they've got this kind of newfound freedom where they can be a bit more expressive than the older generations, and there are more people posting on social, there are more people, yeah, there's just less of a stigma of being yourself, you know, and doing whatever you want to do, whether it's get piercings and stuff, you know. So yeah, it's been really cool to spend some time and get new ideas. And it's not to say China's completely perfect, you know. I don't think it's necessarily the best place to be if you're an entrepreneur and you want to create something and you want to really like, you know, maybe achieve your entrepreneurial goals or whatever it is, but it's certainly an amazing place to get inspiration and to see creative people doing things very, very differently. So I'm certainly going to add this into every single one of my trips now whenever we come to see suppliers. It's just check out some new cities, check out, you know, what everyone's cooking up out here, because I've definitely left with 10 times more ideas than I came with. So yeah, it's been a lit trip. And
这期视频就到这里了，欢迎大家在评论区理性交流和补充，本视频仅代表个人观点。另外，制作视频不易，如果您觉得做得不错，感谢您动动手指，一键3连。如果您有更多的想法或建议，也可以在评论区告诉我，我都会看见。我们下期见。